All right, going to talk about the explanation of a little bit more about the throw and about how ground pressure works with it. And this shouldn't be a big shock to people in a way, but yet for some reason when you put a golf club in your hands, you guys can completely forget about motion. And so just like if you were throwing a ball, I would teach you in the beginning just to move, and I was just going to toss the ball a couple of feet. I would only move my right wrist joint and elbow, and I would then just throw a ball and my arm would extend. Now, you would think that's not very complicated, very simple, but a lot of people do not quite get this right so easy. They want to add body, and you can see how that twists and things of that nature. They want to shift. So you don't have to do that if you're just barely tossing the ball. Now, that doesn't mean that if I'm throwing it 300 yards that I want you just to go like that. That's not what I'm saying. And the other people, a lot of people have been doing, even people that love my videos, watching tons of videos, and explaining to me like, okay, well, this is what I feel like I'm doing. They're not doing the same. They're not doing what they think they're doing. And so that's why Zoom lessons are so critical, because I can put my eyeballs on you and I can see what you're doing. So just like when you're shifting and turning and you're doing this, and you're thinking that you're doing the right thing, I will be able to tell you that you're not. Okay, so what happens is there's still force before motion, and just like if I was tossing a ball, my weight would be going this way first, then goes this way to the right. My arm is still here, so you have two shifts that happen before this even happens. And again, you can do the same thing with a medicine ball too, or a rope. I don't care what's in the little noggin of yours, what makes it go and spin around. But if I'm going to throw a ball, I'm going to just a ball. Don't even think about golf, right? If I was going to throw a ball a long way, I would have a shift over here, and then my arm would go and then shift here. Now, if you notice, my arm is going this way while my leg is going that way. And that's what every great player does. And that's how you don't come over the top. Now, what I'm not telling you to do is just step forward and this like this. You still have to have the shift going this way first, then here, then you wind up and then throw. Pretty easy to see if you do like a little step drill. You could literally put pressure into the ground here, step a little, don't just reach the leg out, but step a little, swing, and step. You could do that. Or you could do it where the regular stance, put the pressure out in front, and as you're swinging back, start to step forward. Now you'll see there's the force before motion. Force happens, then you see the motion. So the ground doesn't care, it's a golf swing. So when I push over here into the ground here, and I push back over into my right leg here, the ground's already starting to push me back. Top of my backswing is somewhere right about in here, because there's my weight on my right leg. Now, talked about the pelvis before. Little confusion for people here. I'm not just telling you to straighten your legs like this. You can see there's no power involved in that. My butt's way back and or way out to the side. The pelvis goes up, and the reason why the pelvis goes up is because this knee is bent and it pushes this pelvis up on this line. Now, some people call about the fascia and the spiral line. Well, that's true. And you don't go this way or this way with force. You can see that. So I'm going here. Now, I'm not thinking about pushing this way and this way. All I'm doing is pushing my foot down into the ground. And when I do that here, then that pushes me up a little bit. That makes the pelvis go up. That makes the right leg straighten a little bit. Now, the weight is then re-falling back to the left because the ground's pushing me here, as my arm is still going back. Then I throw. Or medicine ball toss. Here I am over here. Shift here. Shift there. Or a rope. If I had a rope out, I'll kind of show you what it looks like with a golf club, but show a rope. So my rope is over here. I have a shift. The rope goes around the body, and as it's going around the body, it now starts to shift back over as the arms are going this way, and then you fling. So people call it a fling, a sling, a throw, underhand throw, medicine ball toss. Like I said, I don't care what's in that little noggin of yours. but I just want it to be where you're making sure that you're not just doing this and this. The reason why you guys are coming over the top is because you don't have any shift this way to this way while the golf club is going. The magic formula. You want to watch Scotty Scheffler, for example. He has a shift. His arms are a little bit more upright and a little less wrist cock. You can have more wrist cock or less wrist cock. Don't care. But what he does is when he goes up here, there's a big shift. So you see it at the top of the swing, but the force has already been pushing him a long time ago to come over here, and that's why he gets his pelvis over here, because what he does is he pushes in, that ground is pushing him, and every great ball striker's pelvis is about 6 inches forward. And what that does is that puts, you ready for this magic? That's what puts the shaft out in front at impact. Then it releases, or you can hold it if you want to hold it. Okay, so you can do whatever you want to do that way. But if you get up here to the top of the golf swing and you try to hit it just with your arms and body, over the top you go, or under, and flipping the hands. Every great ball striker will have a shift over first and a shift back, and then they extend the arms out this way, and you can see how the pelvis is out in front. So the pelvis gets out in front this way. See? So if I was going to say I'm going to throw a ball, I'd have that shift first, then second. See those two shifts? And then you can see the shifts back here. Practice that with the step-in drill, which I love, and that's where you go forward. You can even put the ball on the ground like so if you wanted to. You can feel the shift just as you're going to go to it from here. And then as you're swinging back, the weight goes into the right, you step forward. Not that. Okay, make sure you have that kind of going first, right? Then eventually you'll get it where once you see me set up here, you'll see that I make the shift, and my hands might move slightly forward, but they're not being pressed like this. That changes wrist angles. I had a conversation with somebody about that before. See, so it's okay if the golf club moves a little bit forward and looks like my hands are pressing forward, but it's not. It's my shift of my body. Then I'll shift back over to the right, and then I'll shift back left. You can clearly see that pressure like that, and now I can throw. Now, if you've never thrown and you haven't learned what this right wrist joint and elbow does, that's why I teach a lot of people this stuff first. Then I get them to have the shift with it, and then you're in a hell of a lot of good business. All right. So I've been super busy. The Zooms are great. Email me at rkswingking@gmail.com to get in queue for me to help you with that, because what you think you're doing are two different things more than likely. And then or come see me for a live golf lesson here at Country Hills. Also, and final thing is like and subscribe, because I've never said that before. I'm going to start adding that a little bit, because I feel like that is a really beneficial thing for my page to bring able to more content to you. I'll be bringing more content, more live lessons on the range, more Zoom lessons taped, things of that nature to try to help you guys become better golfers and cut through all the other BS fluff. All right. Hope that helps. Everybody have a great day.